If anyone needed any more proof that staying your ground or protection of property does not work for black people, here's yet another prime example of that. So in case y'all don't know who this is in this picture, unless you're a sports fan, particularly basketball, this is Shannon Brown. He used to play for the Lakers, and he was married to the singer Monica for a numerous amount of years. And recently, he has now become the victim of being guilty of protecting his own space in his own home. So basically what has occurred is that he was recently arrested and charged after he fired his rifle that he owns legally at two strangers coming into his home unannounced. Now, if you remember a couple years ago, Dr. Dre had an incident where someone came to his property and parked outside of his home and was, I don't know, for whatever reason it was, just to stir up nonsense. He came out and he confronted the person. The person ended up calling the cops on him and saying that this person was harassing them, and he's the one that ends up getting in handcuffs. If you remember the story, Marissa Alexander down in, was it Florida? She was trying to use the stand your ground to protect herself against an ex, and she ends up going to jail. They was prepared to throw the book at her. Mind you, no one died, but in that same state was a couple months, a year or so prior, the George Zimmerman situation. Then there was another situation in Georgia where a black man was trying to use the stand your ground to protect himself and his spouse from these rednecks, and he gets charged. So you see what I mean? So it's a constant thing where the stand your ground thing does not work for black people. I have yet to see one black person who was successful with the stand your ground. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article so we can get some additional information. Former Laker and Monica Denise's ex-husband Shannon Brown was arrested earlier this week after a bizarre incident that resulted in him shooting a rifle at two people who entered his home in Georgia. The details are murky right now, but according to initial reports from the Citizen, Tyrone Police Department spokesman Philip Nelson said a man and a woman who said they were looking for homes for sale at approximately 6 p.m. stopped at a home in River Oaks subdivision off Georgia Highway 74. The home allegedly had a for sale sign outside, which the couple thought was a green light to enter. The couple told police the gate to the property was open, as was the front door. The couple alleges they announced their presence as they entered the home, and that someone inside the home said, "Come in." Really? It says, now, this is what they're alleging. This is all what they're alleging. At some point, Shannon Brown appeared with his rifle. The couple told police that the athlete fired 5 or 6 rounds in their direction as they were leaving. Later that night, around 9:45 p.m., they reported to police and Shannon was arrested. Shannon told officers he thought the couple was breaking in the residence. Officers found one empty shell casing at the scene, said Nelson. According to the TMZ, the father bonded out of jail on May 4th. Now, this does not sound right at all. So basically they're saying if you see an open door, that just means you can just walk right on in. A lot of people, this is very common in the South, tend to leave their front doors open. Me personally, I would never do it. That's just me. And the thing is, why would you just walk right on into somebody's home? Like, if there's a sale sign on the door, there should be a number attached to it, and you should call the homeowner or whoever owns the home and says, "Look, we see a for sale sign on the front lawn. We would like to take a look at the home." You don't just walk right on in. That's crazy. That's... Like I said, something about this story to me just does not sit right at all. It really doesn't. But like I said, if they was really willing to look at the home that was up for sale, they could have called and said, "We're outside. We want to take a look at your home." You don't just walk right on in. And then they asked, "Was anybody home?" And he says, "Come in." I highly doubt that. Something about this story to me just doesn't sit right at all. It sounds to me like they did that just to excuse themselves from this situation. Now I'm looking through some of these comments right here. that people are saying. They pretty much say the same thing, that this doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't. What I decided to do, I had to pause the video real quick. I decided to go and read another article to see if there was some additional information. Because like I said, what I just read, it felt like some stuff was left out. So apparently they said that this was a for sale home mix up. Basically, I guess they went to the wrong house. That's what it sounds like. And something else that stuck out to me is they say that 5 to 6 rounds was fired, but they only found one shell casing. The police said they only found one shell casing at the residence. Like I said, this story makes absolutely no sense. It feels like there's a lot of stuff that's being left out, more so on this couple side of the frame. But I want y'all to tell me right now down in the comments, what do you think actually happened? Because I truly believe that this couple is lying. Like, nothing they're saying adds up. And why are you going looking at a house that late? And why would it take them that long to get to the residence? Like, it says that they called at around 9:45 p.m. Claiming that they had got shot at. But in the other article, I believe it says that they were there at 6. Like, nothing, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I'm so confused by this story. I really am. Maybe y'all can help me out down in the comments, but y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to you in the next one.